What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another exclusive episode of Frostbite with my co-host Beast Mafia, of course. Um, let's just start off with how you doing?
What up, everyone?
Yeah, if anybody came through the Jigga Man Porter show, you would know that me and Beast Mafia sit and watch the show, obviously, bad mouthing my team behind me, and that's what today's main story is going to be about. Is 2/22 or 2/2/22 Groundhog's Day. And Beast Mafia, that's a very extinguished date. That's when we'll get to figure out what the new name is for the Washington football team. I am honestly excited, but also kind of ticked at the same time because I've always grew up a Washington football team fan or Washington Redskin. Name, not it. But you have to imagine what people are going through as of today. See, we got these people arguing that we grew up with them. I think it's time for a change. Honestly, I don't know about you, but it's time for a change. I'm not mad about it. So, what do you think about all this?
Well, for the name change,
Yeah,
well, let's see here. I think it's a good idea. I think it's something that, probably should happen. You know what I mean? I
hmm
mean, we've been known, the Washington team has been called a different name in the past, and obviously that was some controversy. So, you don't want to keep that going.
right.
So, for the fact that they want to rename it something else and they want to let the fans get involved, I think taking a little play out the
Out
FCS
of our
playbook
playbook.
there.
But no, I honestly like how they came up with fans decide what should be the name and why fans. This is RDC. I can confirm that the Red Wolves are not in contention due to trademark, which has really got me bummed because I wanted it to be the Red Wolves. But people said that it's been leaked that our new name, and I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to get copyrighted, but it's a pretty good name. If that is our name for the next season. Um, you want to know what it is? I guess you can look it up. But if it did get leaked, actually, you know what? It's just what that name is. Honestly, it honors. I can tell you, we're gonna honor armed forces. So looking at it this way, having the old name, and I know a lot of people are gonna come at me because I'm not gonna say it, but yeah, I have to respect others and what they believe in. So um, but they're always gonna be that name to me. But I'll obviously I'll call them whatever their new name is. So
So you're
and
still going to be a Washington fan regardless of what the name's going to be.
regardless, like if I left Washington because of a name change, honestly, I'm talking to every Washington football fan right now. If you leave because we are switching our name, that's pathetic. You weren't a true fan. Like, and I see people our they previewed our jerseys a little bit, and people were commenting because they had stars on them, and people were like, "Oh, but that's like the Dallas Cowboys." No, it's DC. You got to think DC. What are we? The capital of the United States. What flag has stars all over it? The American flag.
Well, I did see it in reports that they are going to still keep the colors of the burgundy and gold, which is still cool. Like, you know what I
Right.
mean? They're still going to keep those colors, but they did say that it is going to be a name that the team and the fans can get behind for the future 90 years. The next 90 years coming. This is a
Right.
name and a team that's, going to be something cemented with the team.
Right.
So
I,
that's going to be interesting, and that's going to be something, that it's, come February, we're going to be able to find out.
and I heard that it's gonna be on the Today Show. Is what are skeptical. Like that's they're gonna appear on Today's Show and then announce it there. But
Well, that's going to be awesome. I mean, what are some, because you said the Red Wolves, but I mean, what could be some, names that probably haven't been mentioned that could possibly be a good name for the team?
let's see. I got a few names, and this is a one name that I really want to. The Washington Armada.
The Armadas, what, the Fighting Armadas?
That we're talking about battleships. So you're talking about the Fighting Armada or the Washington or the DC Armada. So, like, people are thinking the Washington Hogs, the
The what?
Washington Red Hogs,
Red Hawks?
Red Hawks, Hogs. It just, and I'm thinking
But
like Groundhog's Day. Could they be
but isn't
hinting?
that a thing though with Washington and like a fan base, how they had the hogs, like the bunch of big old guys dressed with the
Yeah,
pig nose and the
I'm not
dresses and
proud of
stuff?
it. I'm not proud of it.
Oh no, dude, you gotta love it. I mean, those guys have been a tradition in a sense with that team. Like, you know what I mean? That's kind of been like an identity with them for like some past years. So you can't downplay that. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
But like
I'm
if they
not.
were called the Washington Hogs, I mean, that'd be cool. Like, you know what I mean? Freaking, I like hogs. Swine make you fine.
Right. And so honestly, like all around, probably this guy who's standing right, well, on a picture, obviously, probably one of our best players on the football team. Let's just say that.
Okay.
Out for the season, out for probably the remainder of 2022 season due to an ACL injury. Get better, Chase Young. But to see the Washington, whatever name they are, my football team, DC's football team, to be named whatever comes around, this is going to be an exciting season. I'm hoping. Look, this is what I say about this whole name change, and obviously this is how people should react to it. It's a new name, new era. It's a new era, but here's the thing: if you're not going to support the name change, why are you a fan in the first place? Because if you really think about it, they have been trying to change the name for decades. This has been going on for decades, including when I was a little kid and I didn't understand it.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, it's also been them, and then like there's a couple other teams too. But in a sense, for me, as like a person on the outside, like not necessarily seeing it from their aspect of changing the name, like I looked at it as, a team being called like the Warriors or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? And
Right,
then when you think of a warrior, you want to think of someone that's strong, someone, kind of what it represents. I mean, yes, they were called the Redskins and stuff like that, but it didn't depict on per se like a
we
individual
weren't making it
tribe or
like
anything. Yeah, like, and I thought it was cool. I mean, but there's people out there that's going to find issues with anything. And so, like, to make matters easy and just to play it safe, I think that's where this whole name change comes through, to where they can be more appealing than to have something that's, kind of downplaying their reputation, kind of, like tarnishing the name in a
right,
sense. Like, you know what I mean? I loved it. Like, you know what I mean? The Redskins are like, my sister's a big Redskins fan, and it's kind of like, um, like, if you love football, you're not gonna look at it like that. Like, you know what I
right.
mean? You want to see it in the best light, in the best light possible.
We're
So, like, being the Redskins, I mean, it was a cool name. I didn't really see nothing wrong with it. Then again, I'm not looking at it from other people's perspective. I'm kind of
Right.
seeing it from my own. So, when they're saying that it's a name change, like, hey, that's cool. Like, you know what I mean? For like with these 32 teams that we have in the NFL, and then for a team to actually, make a change, like when the Houston Texans came in, that was something new and big that people got excited for. So I think this brings new excitement to the team. And
But
you know
this
what I mean?
also
And it helps
brings,
re-drive up the fan base, helps to revamp this old stadium that they have. Like, you know what I mean? I think
yeah.
it'll be a good thing.
And honestly, if Washington fans really love the name so much, honestly, the new name, the new uniforms got Doug Williams' attention. And if that gets him hyped up for what the new name is, that should get you hyped up, is what I'm
All
thinking as
right.
a Washington fan. If an old quarterback who gave us a championship is hyped up for it, we should be too.
That'll be cool.
But speaking of which, on to something else. Jigga Man called my football team out. I didn't like that. He called us out.
You
Hey,
gotta love it. I mean, Jigga Man's a Jets fan, and that's one thing that you gotta love about being a fan of sports, especially
right,
like that. I mean, it's kind of like what Philip Rivers said. It's all playful banter. There's nothing really towards it, but hey, it kind of tests your fandom to a team. It kind of sees where your allegiance lies, kind of stuff like that. Like, it's all in good fun. There's nothing bad from it. Like, you know what I'm
right,
saying? So it's just like you see it in a good light. You see it in a good light. You have fun with it, and then you can do all the talking you want. But then once the game's all said and done, then you look at it, and then you can have your laughs. You know what I'm saying?
right.
But yeah, shoot, the Bills smacked the Washington football team too. So, but it's not a problem. The Washington team, like, obviously they're trying to pick a new name, so the team is kind of like in the reworks right now. Like, you know what I mean? So it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Right.
But you gotta take it with stride, and like me being a Bills fan, you know what I mean? For years, bro, and I wanna say years, I had to deal with so much, ridicule and stuff for being a Bills fan. Now all of a sudden they're good. Now all of a sudden they're good. We're in the playoffs and stuff. People are giving them a second notice. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, the Bills. Oh, oh, oh. So it's just like, it's going to come with the times. It's going to come with the season. If you're going to perform good, it's going to be good. If you're going to perform bad, it ain't no one going to watch it.
Yep. And honestly, 2020 was a fluke. Washington didn't do good this year. We're officially out of the playoffs. So here's my question: with the new name and everything, are we going for a quarterback? I mean, Taylor Heinicke, he kind of laid it up, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong. There were some days that he was
He
I
was a
wanted to
good
punch a
fill
hole.
in.
He was
Definitely a
he
good
was good.
fill in, especially when Fitz Magic went out. I mean, he was a big surprise to the football team. I mean, and he came in and still kept that wagon rolling. Like, you know what I mean?
Right,
He still kept the team. He grabbed the team by the harness, and he still steered that ship. He still controlled it. So he played good, good enough to get him a freaking nice contract signing. Like, you know what I mean? So the kid didn't play all that bad.
yeah. He needs some work, but I believe at the end of the day that he's gonna be a good quarterback. Now, keeping track on football, who's gonna take over Big Ben? We got Mason Rudolph or
I think they
my
look to
personal
the
favorite,
draft.
Dwayne Haskins Jr., who I cracked up when he signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Because I'm just gonna face it, he's a bust. He wasn't ready for the NFL. He should have stayed with the Ohio State University. and so a few more years, or at least I don't know when he left. I don't know if he was a junior or a senior, but
What do you say?
he wasn't ready. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's cool.
But now we get to the fun part, the FCF talk, because this is literally what an FCF. This is gonna be about FCF. Ross Bodies an FCF network or a talk show. So let's talk FCF. Jigga Man is doing the post game wrap up show. That was supposed to be us, but hey, um, but not live. Obviously, we're still gonna do it, but it's just not gonna be at
Nah,
Atlanta.
there's no hate towards that, bro. Like you
Right?
gotta
There's no
respect the
like
stuff that Jacob
I'm not
Man's doing.
hating. Like I'm not hating. I'm just saying like we had that plan because we're going to be doing this. It given our things and stuff about the whole FCF, and then we have um that so forth. But I believe that if we keep, I believe as a team, me and you as we as my co-host and everything else, when we get to a SCF event, it's gonna be fun. Like I plan on going live, not for Frostbite. I mean, we can go for Frostbite, but I plan on going live, meeting the players, meeting everybody who paved us, not paid. I'm saying paved. If anybody misheard me, who paved our way into the FCF fan base, super fans. So I honestly want to know: do you want to go? I know you want to go to a game. There's a cold. I don't know if you want to or not, but I want to.
Oh, definitely. I mean, who doesn't want to see an FCF game, especially, or what FCF fan doesn't want to see an FCF game in real life, calling plays in real time, actually being in the stadium? I think that makes the experience all the better. But it also makes it great as well, being the fact that, the world is what it is right now. And, things are, you know, just on just how it is with like the COVID and stuff like that and it's stuff. But I think with the FCF, it's great just for the fact that you can participate in this game anywhere across the world. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is hop on the FCF app, download the app, fcf.io. But you can hop on the app, pick your team, draft your players, create your players, and then bada bing, bada boom.
You are
You know
with
what I'm
us.
saying? Every week, draft new players to your team, call the right plays. You know what I'm saying? Like to see that in real life, to see draft night in real life,
That's gonna be insane. Like if I
that would
honestly
be
want to
sick,
go to
right? And I think it'll be great for the players to also have fans in the stands. Like, you know what I
like
mean?
cheering
Because
them
they're out
on,
there, they're showing off, but like when there's no fans in the stands, there's like
that
that
was weird.
sense of electricity that's missing, like
Right,
from a game aspect. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're hyped up, when you score a big play and you look to the stands and you see it's empty, you're kind of just like, like you can't be too hyped for it because it's basically like a glorified practice without
right.
fans there,
But
or
this
the
is
fans
also
that you can't see, you can't hear their reply. Like I know, like just playing pickup games and stuff like that. It like you want an audience. Like nothing happens. You can't do nothing if you don't have an audience. Like, you know what I mean? Other than that, you're just voices and hoping for some stuff.
right. And when I was talking to Joe New Year's Eve, he wanted he even said I don't care if he gets penalized. He said he didn't care if he got penalized. Is he wants to do a celebration with the fans, you know?
Well, I
So
don't think you would get penalized. You probably catch extra points for doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? If this is
right,
power to the fans, I don't think no fans are going to hate on that.
like that'd be sweet. Just and how sweet would it be if all of us got onto the field? Like we just got to see like on field. Like I thought
Well,
that would.
yeah, but as SCF fans, we can't be so greedy. Like,
Right,
the
right.
fact, like,
I'm
because
not.
they
I'm
they give us an inch, but then people want 10 miles. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they only going to give you enough to where you can work with and stuff like that. And then, to have fans kind of actually wanted to be a part of it and do some like stuff crazy on like that, like, let's pull back the reins a little bit and just understand our position in this and understand what our position is as a fan, because we're not just fans. Like, in a way, we're also like team staff. Like, you know what I'm saying, by calling plays, picking players, you're kind of like a fan coach, like, a player personnel
I mean,
kind
look
of
at me
deal.
right now. I look like a head coach.
You know what I'm saying? You look like the head coach. You got the headphones on. You got the hat. You definitely got the game face on. So, like, you know what I mean? So, like, yeah, that's perfect.
But yeah, it's just crazy how um, and some people are saying that we're not going to make it on 3.0, but people did say that we weren't going to make it to 2.0, and we're proving them wrong right now.
Well, that is true. I mean, a lot of people probably even think that, fans being interactive into a in real life game could never happen. But, like, we're already worlds apart from that, because you already see a second season coming this April 16th, so you better not miss it. But it's a great experience, bro. Like, it's definitely innovative. It's definitely original, because
Right,
you ain't never seen that. And, like, I think once this gets more established, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be surprised you start seeing more big name sports leagues, organizations, and stuff like that actually going to their fans, because it makes all the sense. I mean,
right,
here you are trying to create a product, you're trying to create teams, merchandise, and everything for fans, and you're guessing what the fans are gonna like. You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah,
Like, so stuff like outside of the SCF, they're gonna create things just because they know they have the fan base, but, like, if all the stuff you're creating, are the fans liking it or not? With the FCF, they're basically giving you that option of telling you, hey, do you like this? Do you like this? What do you guys want to see? How can we create your imagination and bring it to real life? You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
like, that's very cool, and that's something very unique that, no one else is doing.
And that's one things I like about this league is you are the coach, sort
Yep.
of.
Kind of like a
Y-
GM.
Right. You get to franchise tag players when they are available, or whoever gets selected. You get to sit here, and I mean the the players with interaction with their fans. You can talk to these players, and they'll have genuine conversations with you. Like,
You know what would be tight that I was thinking about, or what would be kind of like a cool idea, a cool concept, is to actually have, like, the coaches per team, or maybe even the quarterback, hop in, because there's cameras everywhere. Like, say there's like a drone cam that hops down, like the quarterback could look into the camera, like, all right, fans, here's the situation. Okay. We got so and so on the field. So and so can do this. So and so can do that. We need to gain 10 yards to complete this drive. What's the play? Like, you know what I mean? And, like, maybe
right,
the player can give a suggestion, like, I'm really feeling this right now, so let's call a pass play, or let's call a run play. But it kind of engages, fans in that actual moment, to where they're just not calling plays just to call plays or pick a random play, but they're actually, like, paying attention to the game, studying the strategy of the team. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think
yeah,
that'd be cool. I mean, maybe they could do that with practices, to where it's like, all right, fans, here's like a scrimmage setup, and then boom, boom, boom. Like, It's like we do scenarios or situational plays and stuff like that during the practice to where fans can actually pick up on what they're calling, which would be pretty
Right.
cool.
That'd be sweet. And honestly, can we? Speaking of which, we got the FCF
What?
people are thinking, and this is what I'm thinking that we should do. Just as a suggestion, FCF, if you listen to this is a suggestion. You can get back to me on this one. Why don't? And I think I've already said this, but I haven't said this live. If the team is down, let's say 5 seconds, or the seconds are ticking, and you can call a timeout. What if instead of overtime, we go rock paper scissors to find out the winner? Since we rock paper
Nah,
scissors in the beginning,
no.
you don't think that would
I
work?
like to compete. I like the competition of the game. Like I like that. I like that vibe. I mean, to start off the game with rock paper scissors, perfect, perfect. Maybe to start off overtime, perfect. But to decide a game on rock paper scissors, nah, because we're not playing just rock paper scissors. This is actually football. Rock paper scissors is just a feature to the FCF. You know, it's just
Right.
a thing that happens. But I don't want my team's victory or fate to be held off of a rock paper scissors match.
Or we
Like
go
to
to,
start off the game, perfect. To decide who's getting the ball, perfect, cool. But for
or
a
we go
dub,
college rules for. I mean, it's already.
uh,
Never mind. We're already on the 20. It's a 50-yard field. What am I talking about? I had to rethink what I want. But so you have. I don't know what kind of rules I could that could potentially be sweet, except the one you said earlier,
what was that?
or the thing you said earlier about having the drones come down and stuff be a feature.
Oh yeah, yeah. To get just to get that interactiveness or that
Right.
interaction on the field during gameplay situations, or maybe like something pops up on the app to where like you maybe have like the backup quarterback that's kind of doing it. Like kind of like the player that has the headphones on the side because FCF the backup quarterback has to come in and actually has to play on the second or third drive series. So like as the game's folding on, like you know what I mean, this player, you can have a player talk about like situations like, okay, this is a good play. That was a good play, fans. Like, you picked a good play on that one because and then they could break things down. They can actually do it like a John Madden to where they draw out the lines. Like, that was a great play. The commissioner was doing a great job of that. Last year, like, there you go, fans. Like, that's how you call the play. Good stuff like that, like stuff like that makes it more engaging. I sense, like, what I'm saying.
Right.
And I heard that for season 2, like there's going to be so much more. So like I'm super excited to see what's coming about. I'm super excited to see what the FCF has in store for us fans.
I honestly can't wait for season 2. Like 2.0 is going to be bigger and better. They've already said that it's going to be the best. It's going to be one of the legendary seasons, and it's going to be bigger. It's going to be better. And personally, draft night. Draft night is perfect. And honestly, I'm not gonna say hate draft night, but I hate flip flopping teams. But I understand that this is like fantasy football in a way. Like you get to pick your own teams. You get to, but in the same sense, I like it. So
Yeah, it's good. I mean, the draft night, it's always fun. It's always to see who's going to be your team come Saturday. Like, you know what I mean? That's a key part to it. But then it's also a key part to your team success with all the guys in the man up challenges and who acquires the power ups, and and what player is going to be a power up player or like a super back, like who you don't know when that's going to happen until draft night. So you got to make sure you're tuning into that. That way you can watch it, see these players. Because how cool would it be if you draft a team that's stacked with nothing but power players? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
That'd be insane. That'd be like a LeBron super team.
but like I'm saying that's putting Madden into rookie mode and then going on and playing. Like, you feel me? Like
Right.
that should be cake. Like, that'd be cool. But I don't know if it could happen. But like, fans could get in tuned into that. Like, you know what I mean? Start thinking stuff like that. Looking at your tools, your weapons that you have that they provide to you to start utilizing that, which is going to be awesome.
Now, I will say that there's one player on the Beast who I want to come back. I don't know if he'll be back with the Beast if anybody picks him up, but I guarantee you can agree with this.
One more
Sauls.
time?
There's one player that I want to see back in the FCF. He was a Beast player. Um, Christian Salisbury.
Yes. Because there's three things that's for sure: death, taxes, and 22's always open.
And now, he hasn't said anything about him returning. He hasn't said anything that confirms that he's back in the FCF. The only person I know who kind of confirmed is Flash. Flash Hill already announced that he's coming back. I think, unless I saw, or he's been hinting that he's coming back with FCF v 2.0 in his bio, or not in his bio, but in some posts he puts FCF 2022. So is he hinting every turn, or is he just playing mind games? Because we probably won't see, we probably won't see Andrew Jamil again as a Glacier Boys fan. As Glacier Boys fans, he wants to
I don't
do.
know. We might. We might.
He
He
did.
needs to play somewhere.
He needs to
That's
play
what he's
somewhere.
told me.
He's talked.
That's
He's
what
talked.
Jamil's told me, because I told him the fans already want to see him back, and so
I've
the
talked to
message
him
I
too, and
got
he said we'll see. But he's got.
basically. So I mean, that's kind of what it is. I'm not sure what the whole legality is, behind it. We're not, we're just fans of this, so like we only could speculate, what's the deal. But then again, when the season kicks off, another season is happening to another football thing, so you don't know where these fans are going. I mean, they want to go to the best place possible, so you don't know exactly where they're going to end up.
I mean, Andrew Jamil could sign with the USFL. He can sign with the XFL next season or next year.
I mean, shoot, he could come back to the FCF and become a beast. Like, hey, you
You ain't
know,
taking. You ain't taking him. He's our
I
man.
don't
You ain't
know,
take.
bro.
You
I
you ain't
don't
taking.
know.
You are not. The we'll take. The we'll take Sauls if he comes
Do we
back.
do trades and stuff like that? Like,
That's
Salisbury
what.
was good for us, bro. Because
Speaking
I know
of
you're not taking Troy Evans.
Speaking of what, you guys ain't taking Trey Dante back. I can tell you that he is going to stay at Glacier Boy, and I will tell Quavo destroying Aiden Ross to franchise tag him. He is going to be a Glacier Boy out, and we're going to give him a ring. And
I
so aren't
didn't know
we
you
with
got
Joey
connections like
Matthews? I
that.
mean, Joey Matthews and Trey Dante Hill. Oh my God, that team will be stacked. But I want to go back to what you said though. FCF. What about fan trades? Think about it. And that
I
could
don't
work.
know. I
Think about
mean,
it.
drafts happen on a Wednesday, so maybe from a Wednesday till Friday,
You can
or
trade players.
like Friday could be a trade deadline. So after the draft settled, you could probably process some trades. But I don't know how they can make that happen. But that would be cool if they did. It would be cool if they did. You know what I'm
Dude, that'd
saying?
be
Like,
sweet.
anything,
You know how many
anything new,
massive
anything.
trades would go down?
Oh, could you imagine?
Dude, that'd be awesome. Like,
Or
Um,
like you could even incorporate draft picks to it.
you could be FCF. You watch our show, or actually, I'm going to screen record what we just said. I'm going to send. I'm going to put. I'm going to tag FCFL and everything to see if they'll even react to it. But could you imagine, like, that honestly sounds sick. The fans have 48 hours to trade. Of course, you have to go. Of course, it has to go through the owners. Or should it go through the owners, or should it go through the fans?
That I mean, I don't know. It's power to the fans. You feel me?
True. And I mean, how would that work? Like, would it be like a fan vote? Like, let's say you guys are trading with us, and we traded these players and these picks to you for that player and that player. Would it like come out as a poll? Should we trade them? And we all hit yes and no, or see that there's all kinds of things that we need to talk about if that goes through. So, I mean,
I
I
mean,
could
there could
possibly
be.
see it. I could possibly see it go through.
Well, it's tough because it's all just an opinion and it's all just an idea right now. Hypothetically speaking,
It
I
couldn't
mean, you
work.
could do so much with it. Like after the draft concludes, you can, boom, now all of a sudden the trade block's up, or who's getting thrown onto the trade block. There could be so many things because like, and it's not a video game, but it is in a sense. You know what I mean? And we all play video games, especially R.I.P. Madden. Rest in peace, John Madden. But a lot of us, I believe, that's involved with the FCF, that as being fans, um, we kind of see it like as playing a video game. We kind of see it like gaming. You know what I mean? I'm going to draft the best players to my team, or the best players available. Those are going to be drafted to my team. Now I'm going to look at my team's strengths and weakness and try to capitalize on stuff. Like, you know what I mean? So you're going to strategize and, have little things. It's like you got the marker to the whiteboard. So you want to see some stuff. If you
I
could do
mean,
a
on my
draft, that would be cool, because then you can have players, being thrown on the trade block. Then all of a sudden, boom, like you could probably throw up maybe two or three players could be drafted per team or so, like that. Maybe like two players, or maybe you can just one. Like, you know what I mean? You trade one for, like, okay, we got probably, like, we overloaded receivers. But then again, like, it's still a lot to learn, especially with this season two, and how it's going to be. Is it going to be too different? Is it not going to be like, are you going to be able to call defense or draft defensive players? Like, because then that's going to play a factor into it. Like we can have someone like the Toga Bros on our team that someone wants to get, but then they have like a stud receiver or quarterback that they're willing to trade, which will be kind of ridiculous. But you're saying, like, there's options like that can happen.
right.
I
Well,
don't know. There's just so many ways. We could talk about it on the next segment.
right. Which reminds me, our net. We don't got anybody for trivia tonight. That was my bad. Cause I didn't think we were gonna go live. I just wanted to talk about the Washington football team. But I guess our next segment, I guess, would be
Thursday night.
Thursday night. Yeah.
So make
What?
sure you tap in. Make sure you check out to Frostbite. Don't get bitten, because we're gonna come back with some sharp news for you. Because you got the Mass Glacier Boy, I myself, Beast Mafia. What I mean? We're gonna come back with the second segment, or third segment, should I say, for this new year. And then let's talk some, possible fan trades, if that could be a thing. Let's
Right.
talk about that. Let's talk about, the combine that's happening. Like, I'm talking about. So there's going to be two in Atlanta. This one's this Saturday, where then we're also going to have that post combine show with the,
Jigga
JMP
Man
network.
Porto.
Jigga Man Portal. Shout out to the Jigga Man and all the crew, the good part, Coach Rich,
A shout out to
Cobra
everybody that was on
Khan
that
and
lineup.
Stathead. So, big shout outs to those guys. I'm excited to see what they do. Excited to see the news they have to share.
It's
And I think it's gonna be fun. I mean,
this
thanks for
Saturday's gonna
tapping
be
in with us tonight.
this Saturday's gonna be insane.
It's gonna
Speaking
be
of which,
nuts. It's gonna be nuts. I mean, you're already seeing posts coming out, and and the cool thing about this year too is you're already seeing a lot of FCF posts coming out. Like they
right?
threw out the one today about what staff member would receive a contract, which was a funny post. Like what I mean. You
That
gotta
was
love the
hilarious.
comedy coming with
If
the
all fans
FCF.
could vote, Coach Jinx deserves another contract. He needs an extension. The
Oh yeah,
king of
yeah.
drip. The king of drip.
He's king of drip, bro. That boy is drippy, very dapper.
Right. And guess what, fans? If you're new to this, you get to choose his outfit. Like all season one, if you watch season one, you picked his outfit.
And I think out of season one, I had like 4 or 5 outfits that I picked on that actually made it through. So like I was part of that, correct choices and correct answers, which was pretty tight. So in a way, we dripped out Coach Jenks pretty fly, bro. I mean throughout the season, I
Right.
like the
The
leather jacket one
patriotic
he
outfit,
had, the
perfect.
super the USA one with the American flag. That was
Yeah,
a cool one. The the white with the or what do you have like that gold blazer with the
yeah. With
colorful
the
pants, like those are some drips, bro. All he's missing is just some bling, I think. The kicks, though, Coach Jenks kicks, those shoes that he had,
those shoes are that
those
mom.
shoes that he
The,
had, bro. Like if you could walk on stars, I mean that man had it. Them things was dripped out. They were nice. I hope there is a size 12 or 13, bro, because I would rock them up hard. Like you feel me?
dude, he's
Those
he's
were
got the
sick.
king of drip. Like he is the king of drip. Like you cannot now. Will there be a new king of drip? What what happens if some players come out looking style for final for draft night?
That's gonna be nice too. See what happens. We gotta see what happens. Make sure you tune in. Make sure
Tune,
you tune in.
you gotta keep tapping in. Like if you do not tap in, you're gonna miss out news and excitement.
And also, could Shaq Diesel be coming to the FCF?
Whoa, you wait, what?
Burr, burr, burr. Could that happen?
Oh
Could that
shit!
happen? You're seeing a lot of stuff. If you're following the owners with that are part of every FCF team that that's mentioned. So like especially with the new teams, you got KOD and they're everywhere. So
Yeah,
you're already seeing
Aoki,
a lot
you
of
made it.
news from the Knights of DJ. But then you also got Aoki, right? And Aoki's big on social media. He's always going out there. He's always posting stuff. But this
I
man's
love Steve
always
Aoki's music.
networking.
Like
And I seen the post the other day where Aoki is, with Shaq. Shaq's over there holding him up and stuff like that. He says he's bringing a big surprise on one of the posts. And I'm looking at it like,
is
we were
Shaquille
talking about in the
O'Neal gonna
Discord.
join? Ah.
Shaq's a big, billboard himself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's a big
If they're
promoter
hinting a
for a
Shaq,
bunch of stuff.
if they're hinting a Shaq ownership team,
He could maybe he'd be part of the Aoki team because they're the only
right,
two so far. It's Aoki and 888. Like you know what I'm saying. So if you
right.
bring Shaq into that mix, bro, like you got your power three right there. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna be still any match for the Beast, but I'm just saying,
Articulation
like
boys,
it would be
articulation
nice if
boys,
it's good for the league. It's good for us.
right?
Oh,
Like
hold on.
we about to lose you again, or did you just turn off your mic? Oh,
There we go.
there we go. But that would be sweet if Shaquille O'Neal came to the FCF.
That would be sweet. Exactly.
And then, I mean, there's other owners that I would love to see in the FCF,
Oh yeah, there's so many.
but I can't leave destroying in Quavo and Aiden Ross. I can't. Like, this is my team, and I'm gonna stick with them through hard seasons to championship seasons.
And it's tight too, because I mean, with the Glacier Boys, it was tight seeing how uh, active Quavo was. One of your
Quavo was
owners for the
so
Glacier
active. Like,
Boys, but this man is really active in the sports world, and you know what I'm saying. He's a diehard Atlanta fan. You're seeing him out there, doing his stuff. But during V1.0, he's over there video chatting the guys. You see the guys posting videos about it. So like the interaction that Quavo has with the league, it's awesome.
I totally forgot one owner of the Glacier Boys too.
Who's
The
that?
49er himself, Richard Sherman.
Richard Sherman. You couldn't forget Richard Sherman,
I
bro.
totally
Come
forgot about
on
Richard
now.
Sherman. Sorry, Richard. Don't fire me as a fan. But no. But here's something that I honestly want to see. Not the I don't want to see it this season, but the following season. Mascots. We got super
I,
fans.
I mentioned it. I mentioned it before in the Discord. It'd be tight, especially with the NFT teams with the Ballers Collective. I mean, I think that would really highlight the Ballers Collective by making one of
Hey,
those NFT creations that they have
hey,
coming into
a
real life as an FCF mascot.
just a heads up, FCF. Your boy's got a polar bear costume, and I ain't afraid to whip it out. Um, so if they allow mascots, I'm definitely going to. And the and the head of the polar bear has red eyes, like in our logo. So it's perfect. So I mean, or I'll dress up in all white and just or have a polar bear mask, like. But
I don't know. Super fans could be, you could be like the Jets and what is it, the firefighter, or like there's so much stuff, big dog.
there is so much stuff, and honestly, Thursday we got the FCF show.
Yes, sir. So everyone make sure that, I mean, that's gonna be good. A new brand of news coming in and seeing what they have in store for us. So excited to see that.
And I believe, are we going live Thursday? Oh, should we go live Thursday? Just due to if there's any like good news like about teams or anything. I don't know. I'll talk to you about that in the later rounds. Um, but Saturday after the combine, we're gonna go live, talk about who we saw, who we think is be the best fit from the Glacier for the Glacier Boys and for the Beasts. All the other teams can just go away. This isn't about. Yes, technically this is my show and it's about the Glacier Boys, but this is also an FCF show, or
That is
going
true. That
going to
is
be
true.
an FCF show.
Well, I don't know, fans. I mean, I thank you for stopping in and watching and tuning in with us. But make sure you come back, like we said, Thursday night, as we come back with a new show for you, a new topics, new segments, and it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be fun. But like Marshawn said, bro, about to go eat this Caesar salad with these chickens and croutons, right? Go
I'm gonna
take a
take me a
fat
nice
shit,
healthy
get my
shit.
stomach right, and I'll check back in with you guys on Thursday. You feel it? But
All
this is
right.
Beast Mafia signing out. Mask Glacier Boy, it's always a pleasure, bro. It's always fun to be with you. Uh, I'll see you Thursday, big dog.
Yeah. See you Thursday.
Peace.
Peace. Thank you guys so much for joining. It's been an honor being a Glacier Boy. It's an honor giving you guys Frostbite. And always stay icy, my friends. Stay iced out and power to the fans.